Hi everyone, Stacy here from Art Journal Life. Today we're going to talk about inspiration, and I brought a whole bunch of things, but I'm going to start with these. Sometimes we sit down first with our art journal or our papers or whatever, and finding inspiration is so hard. So you could start anywhere for inspiration. I like to walk out in nature and look at things. I like to look at my desk, and sometimes it's a pencil or a color or a pen. It depends on what they're doing. These can be my inspirations. But today we're going to talk about something totally different. So I have these, well, she's named these oracle cards. These are from a place called, Alchemy Farm. Sorry about that. So Alchemy Farm is a friend of mine. She's in Canada, and she created these decks. So she has one that is Earth in Spirit, messages from Earth in Spirit, and she has another one that's flowers, Alchemy Flower Oracle. Then I have another one from Mari Andrew, and this is the Look Up, Look In that I use these cards for inspiration. They have little messages on them also. Then I have another friend, Chris Carr. Actually, my friend is Lori Porca. I was in a group with her, and she has these love notes, crazy, sexy love notes. So she paired with Chris Carr and did her artwork on these. So that's another cool one. And then I have this from Sonia Chiquette, and these are Trust Your Vibes. So when I sit down at my desk, if I don't really know what I'm doing, I'll pick up a deck of cards, something like this. Now, these are beautiful. There's so many cards that I could tell you about in here, right? But I'm gonna cut these, and we're gonna just pull a couple. And I'm going to explain how I would use them. So I'm going to spread them out in front of me, and I'm just going to pick 3 so I can tell you about them. And you'll see how cool these cards are. So the first one I pulled is something called Douglas Fir, and it says Earth Memory. So that's the first card. The second one is Salmon, and it's about renewal. So that's my second card. And my last one is Hummingbird, and it's about beauty. So let's look up what all these might mean in her book so we can have some idea. So it says, for Hummingbird, it says, give yourself permission to just stop and be, to become centered and grounded in your heart, to see the beauty of each day. So that's the message for that one. So how I would use these is I would, whatever inspired me out of this card, I might decide to work with the hummingbird, or I might decide to work with the flowers, or both. Obviously those flowers are beautiful. They're bleeding hearts, I can see. So I might work with that. Let's go to salmon now. So salmon is about renewal, and it says it may seem like a way of living is ending. A new life requires that the old be purged and left behind. Do not be afraid to move into a time of renewal and change. So this is the salmon. So I might work with the salmon, I might work with the water, and I'm going to tell you a story about water and its inspiration in a minute. And the last one is that Douglas Fir, and that is about earth memory. It says, are you consciously choosing the type of life you are living and the memories you are recording in your bones, in your DNA for future generations? That's cool. So this is the Douglas Fir. So I might draw about trees, or I might draw a sky like this, or both, or all of these, incorporate all of these in some way or another. So today it's raining here, and I've been thinking about rain, right? And I was looking outside, and I remembered from when I was young, something that I used to do is stare out the window at the rain falling. And I always noticed that the raindrops, if they were on the windows, always, whatever you looked at through them was upside down. So that could be my inspiration for, it could be water, like the salmon, and I could draw things upside down in a raindrop. And that could be my inspiration for today. So that might be something that you think about. So again, sometimes when I don't know what I'm going to do, I'll choose something like these cards, and whatever you call them, oracle cards or guide cards or whatever, they all offer something to think about, something new and something different. So these are all very cool. You could just have one that you totally pull from before you start your art as inspiration. And that's what I do with these. So again, this is just a little inspiration going forward for you. Think about things like this that you can use. Now you could do the same thing. There's online places you could find oracle cards that you can randomly pull. So that's something to think about too. But I like to have these cards in my stash around my office so that I can pull when I'm really looking for some kind of inspiration. So again, hummingbird, salmon, and Douglas fir. I could use it literally or I could use it metaphorically, however I decide I want to do that. So the salmon, the cool thing about the salmon too is it swims upstream against the stream, so, and it kind of jumps the falls, I think. So that might be about swimming backwards or, things like that. So you could think about those things and use that as a jumping off spot in your art. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining me today, and I'll talk to you later.